So really, bond markets, fixed income bond markets yawned over this silly Moodys report, downgrading U.S. credit slightly, I don't know, by one plus sign. Anyway, Deputy Treasury Secretary Michael Faulkender. Mike, I'm looking at the run, the Treasury run. I don't see anything. The 10-year was about flat. The 30-year in yield went up, but it came back down. The 1-year was about flat. The 3-month Treasury bill was about flat. So what does Moodys think it knows that the market doesn't know?
It doesn't know anything that the market doesn't know, Larry. I mean, the situation that Moody's described in their release explaining the downgrade is a few years late. I mean, the notion that we have to address deficits, that's exactly why both the president and the secretary have been focused on getting spending under control, about generating growth in our economy. Where was Moody's downgrading U.S. debt back when Biden was running 7% debt to deficits as a percentage of GDP? So, you know, at the end of the day, there's nothing new that the market learned when Moody's did this, and that's why Moody's, if anything, has demonstrated they're a lagging indicator. They follow the market rather than lead it.
The stock market was up slightly today. So there's another, I mean, this was like a big yawn, I guess. That's
right.
Is there political Moody's, or, I mean, you're saying Moody's a lagging indicator. 2 years ago, who was it? S&P had a downgrade a couple of years ago, but nobody paid any attention to that either.
That's right. I mean, remember, the S&P downgrade was all the way back in 2011. Here's Moody's 14 years later. And when S&P downgraded, yields went down, not up. So this is not anything that markets pay attention to. Larry, most importantly, when we look at bond flows from around the world, when we look at Treasury auction participation, we continue to see strong participation. We don't have any problem issuing bonds in the bond market. International participation continues. You know, and if you look at the fact that President Trump was over in the Middle East last week, bringing $3 trillion of foreign investment into the United States, I think that tells you everything you need to know about where investors want to put their money. It's right here in the United States because of the strength of our economy. The Moody's downgrade is entirely uninformative.
So, Michael, will you, look, with this reconciliation bill goes through, will that bend the debt to GDP ratio? That's the, you know, the debt burden on the economy, debt divided by GDP. Will that reconciliation bill bend that ratio down, finally?
Absolutely, because the reconciliation bill is part of the president's broader economic agenda. And when you take the work that we're doing to make permanent the tax reform of 2017, the spending reductions that we are seeing in both mandatory and discretionary spending, the trade deals that we are doing, the deregulatory activities we're doing, all of those things combined are going to stimulate growth while bringing deficits down. That will therefore bring the debt to GDP ratio down over time, because as long as we continue to have growth in excessive deficits, we're going to see an improvement in the sustainability of our fiscal situation, and that's what the full implementation of the president's economic agenda will realize.
When's the next trade deal? You got one coming up this week?
We keep working with our partners all around the world. The Secretary has meetings on a nearly daily basis with our trading partners, and we're going to continue to make progress, providing clarity and improving these long-standing imbalances that the president has said we finally need to address. And we keep making progress with a variety of our partners, and you'll continue to see announcements coming of deals being made.
Mike, you can tell me. It's your pal Larry. No one's listening. You can tell me. Next deal. India. I'm going to predict India is the next deal. I know you can't say anything. I know.
Larry, if I learned one thing from you, it's never to get ahead of my boss. And so I'm not going to announce something that hasn't been done yet.
Mike Faulkender, now the Deputy Treasury Secretary, and doing a fine job at it as well. Thank you, brother.